So we talked about other mouthwashes and their cytotoxic effects, their ability to damage cells in the mouth. Well, what about CPC mouthwash? Unfortunately, the literature is kind of scant in this regard for oral mouth rinses with CPC. Now, I've covered this paper before on my YouTube channel. It's in the COVID Prevention Mitigation Strategies playlist, so I'm not going to do a deep dive into it. But they did look at 0.07% CPC mouthwash, and they performed a cytotoxicity analysis. And at least in this study, they showed no cytopathic effects of the mouthwash on Vero cells in vitro. And this is another widely cited study on CPC mouthwash and cytotoxicity. However, it's important to note that this study looked at skin testing cells, cells that are associated with the skin. So the first one is human keratinocyte, HACAT, which is a human epidermal keratinocyte line, which are found on the outermost layer of the skin, and then murine fibroblast L929 cells, which are cells for subcutaneous connective tissue, which is tissue below the skin. So these cells aren't going to be a one-to-one to mouth cells, they're different. However, for our target concentrations of CPC from 0.1 to 0.05, they had high cytotoxic effects, where there's about a 50% cell survival rate after application of the CPC. But again, this is more relevant to wound care management of the skin, not necessarily cheek epithelial cells or HA2 cells. So taking these two studies into consideration, I'd be safe. I'd just split the difference and say that there's moderate cytotoxic effects of CPC. So again, just like the other mouthwashes, it's good to use, it's safe to use, just don't overdo it, don't spam it. Because if you overuse it, you're going to be damaging the cells of your mouth and tongue. So you're going to have things maybe like a burning cheek sensation or numbness or a little bit of loss of taste. So these are likely very safe things to use, just don't overuse them.